18-year-old Un-Si Young. 23-21 in the deciding game. But it'd been a thriller the whole way through. Yamaguchi had to work so hard to take the opening game. The amount of shuttles that both the players were able to retrieve, and it wasn't just that they got them back with interest. That's what's just so astonishing about these two youngsters. I'm talking, as if Yamaguchi is she's certainly the more experienced, but she's only 22 years of age. And when you see quality play like this throughout a match with two players aged 18 and 22, you know the future of women's singles in world badminton is in very good hands. So 21-18, the opening game to Akane Yamaguchi, and then Un-Si Young had a bit of a difficult time. She was 5-9 down in the second, but fought really, really hard to come back. She worked her way through the difficult period, and a little bit of luck like that didn't come amiss either. Second game, both players showing us their full repertoire of shots. Also showing us what total and utter commitment they both had to the cause. Second game was won by Un-Si Young 21-19, and then we were into the decider. And it was the Korean who raced to a 6-1 lead, but then was down at the change of ends, a 9-11. She actually had 5 match point opportunities before Akane Yamaguchi came back from 16-20 down in the deciding game to win it 23-21 in an hour and 23 minutes. So after that we turned our attention to women's doubles, and it was Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota against Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan. And when you've got two pairs that are only separated on the world ranking by 1 spot, they're the number 3 and 4 ranked pairs in the world, but Fukushima and Hirota as former world number 1s and 3-time world championship silver medalists. Well, they managed to take control of the opening game, led 11-6 at the mid-game interval and built from there on. Took the opening game 21-16 on the second game. Well, it was a much tighter affair, and I like the fact that the Koreans were more willing to try at times to get on the attack. But the attacking variation from the Japanese pair and their control, I think, at the front of the net was the deciding factor in the outcome of the women's doubles. But it was a tremendous match and some great rallies. And in the end, Fukushima and Hirota just looked for every opportunity they could to get on the attack, and their reward was a 2-game victory, 21-16, 21-16 in 53 minutes, and that just indicates how close some of those rallies were, how long some of those rallies were. We had an 80-shot rally in that women's doubles. So we then turned our attention to the second women's singles, and the left-handed Sayaka Takahashi up against the former world number 2 Sung Ji-hyun. Sung Ji-hyun had the better head-to-head record between the two players. She won 4 of the previous 5 encounters. But Sung Ji-hyun had a really tough match in the semi-final yesterday. She was on court for over an hour. So I think that played its part today, but that's to take nothing away from Sayaka Takahashi, who really exploited the deep forehand corner of Sung Ji-hyun. And she was certainly the more willing of the two players to vary the attack. and she took the opening game 21-16 in 22 minutes. The second game, she took up exactly where she'd left off in the first, raced to a 4-love lead, 10-3 lead before the mid-game interval at 11-5. From there, it seemed an inevitability about the style of play, creeping ever closer towards that goal line of a third match win for Japan in this final tie. And it was secured 21-16, 21-12 in a match lasting